Hello Cobrats and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum. I'm TryclydeTamer. Let's just jump into the live commentary now. We are going on our motorbike to the construction lot because I want to see if there's any progress being made on this place. Oh man, doesn't look like much progress, but oh well. I just feel like visiting places that we don't visit very much. For a good reason though. My next stop is in Phenac City because I want to take on the Phenac Stadium, not quite Phenac Colosseum. What, is this supposed to be Pokemon Stadium 3 and the next is Stadium 4? I think they're overloading even that series, but no. These are the Shadow Pokemon games, of course. Okay, I thought Mayor SK's house was the way to the Colosseum Stadium, but might as well go here to pay a quick visit. No one's here. I'm sure he's doing his mayoral duties. Yeah, his mayoral duties. Hopefully he won't evolve into an Azumarill anytime soon. I mean, he already looks kind of plump like one. Hello, hipster with the Jigglypuff. The music, of course, sounds like The Climb by Millie Cyrus, and also kind of reminds me of Sonic Unleashed. I think I mentioned both of those. Of course, I mentioned Miley Cyrus. Pokemon in Phenac Stadium. Would you like to enter the Knockout Challenge? Yes, I will. Participate with the Pokemon I have in my party right now. I have Hit Me on top and Ampersand in the lead for the Pokemon that we'll be fighting, and I find those to be the fitting ones. So let's go and enter the challenge for this Stadium Colosseum Challenge, and have some fun with it. I'm sure we got some nice visuals here, yeah. All rise and seize the day, do. This place is cool. But then I'm just going to be editing from here on out, and maybe also doing some pumped up kicks, speeding up, battling Flitz and all. And we get out of that. Congratulations, you're the champion, yay, my Pokemon champion of the Elite Four, with a 59-12 cash prize. Oh yeah, some money. And TM18, that would be Rain Dance, if I were to check into my stuff. Yep, let's go down into my TMs and see TM18 Rain Dance. No 18. Oh, it's not 18? Okay, yeah. The prizes you get from these are Rain Dance like we just got, Sunny Day as your next round, and then Giga Drain, then Solar Beam. So I'm definitely going to go through the rest of these rounds. It's funny because the remaining 3 moves are all moves I want to have on Geronimo. I already have Sunny Day, but I do want to get the TMs for the other ones, because Razor Leaf doesn't exactly cut it for me, and Giga Drain would be a nice replacement for the only healing move, Synthesis. So time to off-screen stuff and show any interesting things that happen. Something I know is going to happen is level 42 for Ampersand, meaning he wants to learn Light Screen. I think that sounds like a good idea to piggyback off of Yangian's Reflect attack, because Light Screen is for special damage. Cotton Spore doesn't really do much for me, so I think I shall get rid of that. I mean, lowered speed harshly is pretty nice, but there's not as many applications as Light Screen would bring. Level 41 for Geronimo. That means he also wants to learn Light Screen, but I already have my final moveset planned out, and keeping Body Slam is my plan, so no Light Screen for me, because Ampersand already has it. And now it's time for something interesting. Level 43 for Hit Me on top, meaning Detect is a move that is to be learned. It is essentially Protect, just a fighting type form of it. And the move it will replace is Agility. I don't really see myself using it too much because I usually like going for all-out attacking anyway. So, goodbye Agility, hello Detect. And I actually do have a strategy for my final team member that goes hand in hand with learning Detect. So you may be getting some ideas. Fighting some smexy teachers. Congratulations, you're the champion. We get a number that is above 9,000 as a prize. That is TM22 Solar Beam. I already took the liberty of putting Giga Drain over Synthesis for Meganium Geronimo, and now it is time to put Solar Beam over Razor Leaf. It served me decently well, but I feel like the split damage did me less favors than it did good favors, I don't know. But yeah. Combined with Sunny Day, Solar Beam being the powerful 120 move, combined with Stab and my Miracle Seed, it's going to be pretty powerful, and doesn't take 2 turns to charge. Alright, so that takes care of the challenges here. It's time to up the ante and challenge a little bit by fighting some level 50s at the Pyrite Colosseum. Let's do it. Level 42 for Yidion. Mean look, not very useful in this game. It makes it so that the opponent it's used on is unable to switch out. and there's not very much switching out in this game and no wild Pokemon that can run away, so not exactly useful. As is the unfortunate case for almost all of Umbreon's life cycle in this game, specifically. That last battle there came to be pretty close. It was some intense Ampharos on Ampharos action, but we have persevered. 7,020, that's close to 720, which this is 1080, even though it still records in 640 by 480, but there's still upscaling going on. We'll be looking forward to your next entry, and the reward we get will be good ol' Break, which is TM31. And I am absolutely going to be putting that on Hit Me On Top. Emperor Sam can learn it, which would be rather interesting, but Hit Me On Top doesn't really learn any better fighting moves. It could learn like Revenge, but that's kind of a situational thing where it would move secondarily. Triple Kick may be a unique move, does 10, 20, and then 30 damage for an overall 60, but Brick Break has an overall 75, plus it can break through Reflect and Light Screen used by the opponent, which is much more beneficial in my opinion. So with this done, I say we're caught up decently in my Pokemon's movesets, and I think we are more equipped to take on the Shadow Pokémon Lab. Let's get started on that. It is lab time, here in the gusty, wusty, distily dusty desert. I promise never to use that combination of gibberish ever again. I taught Yangi on Protect over Helping Hand because Helping Hand doesn't really serve me too well, because in most situations I'd be using my strong attack anyway. Special attack rather. And I also put Protect over Hit Me On Top's Detect because they do literally the same thing, but Protect is only normal type and has 10 PP over Detect's 5. So I find that to be a much better thing. There's a key slot here, so how about we use the key we have, the key we've lost. I'm glad we didn't lose it, actually. The main gate key, let's put her in. And hey, it's kind of like the Street Sweeper vehicle that Tridley and Folly were driving, just more fancified. In the top right corner that we got previously was 3 revives, but right here is 2 full heals in this lower left corner within the Cageamundo thing. I don't know why I always have to amundo-ify the words I say. This right here, the shutter is locked, so we have to find a different way in. Wherever will we go? Is it along the side? I don't know. Probably something that we'd have to duck for, but there's not really a duck button in this game. You can't click your left stick like future video games would allow. So we're limited our options. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, here we are inside. Press the shutter switch on the purple monitor screen, and hey, would you look at that, it's already opening the thing. Gets us started in some way. But does this open? The card key is needed to open the door, so you have to go back and forth with things. No card keys are in our inventories, so let's not bother trying to experiment with things that wouldn't work unless there be some humorous text. There's a PC there if you want to heal individual Pokemon by running them through instead of doing things. So I didn't really realize that the item box was there, but it's pretty helpful. 3 PP ups. I don't know, I think I might want to use that upon Solar Beam and other moves that would be rather limited. So I think I'll use 2 of those, one for Solar Beam, one for Giga Drain. So Geronimo, open up. No, not you, Yinion, you have plenty of stuff. One for Giga Drain. Unfortunately, it has 60 power instead of the 80 it gets in later generations, but it's still pretty indispensable. And Solar Beam, there you go. I think Sunny Day does have low PP as well, but I'd be using the attacks more often, obviously. No hidden items, just PP ups up here, which was kind of well hidden. I didn't really expect to open them. I was just mashing the A button. Walking along all these corners and seeing what all is to be found. I like the folksy feel to this music, kind of jazzy and stuff. This is discrimination! Why do they single me out for these extra assignments? There's still packing left for the move out of this lab. Grumble. Well, who are you? You're suspicious, therefore you must be intruders. And the law for the evil team in a Pokemon game, even the awkward researchers there are, we must do some battling. So this guy's pretty simple. His name is Myron, 2 Voltorbs. Sonic Boom, the move that always does 20 damage, compared to Dragon Rage on certain other Pokemon that always does 40. Myron, what did I do to deserve this? I mean, it can't be! Do I deserve this? Why am I doing my amnesia references? Probably because I've been on a weird amnesia kick recently. I'll just start it there. You will never get past me. Oh no, I dropped the lift key, or rather, the card key. We have obtained it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's the card key. Now we can get into the lab, even though we are in the lab right now. Just gotta get into the laboratory part of the lab. Gotta go inside the Labrador Retriever. It just feels so awkward saying that. But anyway, we're on the other side of the man-made, cipher-made chasm here to get 3 elixirs. That is lovely. And you know what? I'm gonna go back through and run my Pokemon through the PC to heal Yin and Geronimo. Breathe some of the fresh aura air. There's probably sand blowing around, so we're probably getting hypothermia. What the heck was that? Was that a weird heat stroke effect? Even though I don't have poison or anything going on. We have a card key needed to open this door. We gotta specifically use it on this key slot, so how specific the game is being for me. Of course, we no longer have the main gate key, and I don't think we're gonna have the card key anymore. I don't know. Do we have to use it from here on out? Let's find out. If it's gone in our inventory, we'll just have to find out after going through this tubular object. Oh yeah, we are going down, and feels like we're just in open space with the black backgrounds of everything. Not only the black bars, but you don't see them because they're cropped out in editing, and it doesn't look very stretchy with the way the game is. And there's like a quarantine area you can't go through, even though you could just like pry them open with a pry bar. Magnemite could act as a crowbar. I don't know, we don't have a Magnemite with us. I'm sure plenty of these scientists do, because they're always electric type users. But what we can open doesn't seem very obvious is that there. You're obviously a battler, but I want to wait around a little bit before getting too crazy with battles, because my final team member is going to be gotten here in the Shadow Lab. And I want to have some battles available for its heart gauge to be gone down a little bit. Oh hey, intruder alert! So we're definitely narrowing things down a little bit. I said that it's going to be a good strategy having Protect/Detect on Pokemon for a strategy for my final team member, and it's going to be gotten here. Surprise, it's Apom! Apom can learn Earthquake or something, just kidding. Although Ambipom would be a nice member, it's the same old, it doesn't exist in this generation, so Apom may be equated to monkey crap. Not to sound harsh or anything. And I'm doing Sunny Day. I just want to be flashy with Solar Beam and everything. Of course that got negated by it using Rain Dance to change it to its water form. Now we just gotta use Hail to change it to its icy form. Remoraid, not a Shadow Remoraid, because no duplicates from lowly peons, and not a rerun of the one failed against Firma and Wreath. Hello, Flamethrower. Although weak, it stunned the burning. Coal is a loser, so you better put some coal on that fire to stoke it a little more, even though your Rain Dance would probably still be in effect for another turn or so, and weaken the fire. I might want to run Meganium Geronimo through the PC again, but might as well do another battle or so, because burning doesn't linger after battle, unlike poison, and it only cuts the damage of Body Slam, physical attacks, so Giga Drain and Solar Beam wouldn't be too sorely affected. But I'm gonna skip by you, because I want to focus on getting to where the team member I'm looking for is. So you're SC2, aren't you? The word is you've been wreaking havoc with our plans. Your name is Corin. Almost a Smash Brothers character from Fire Emblem. No, they're from Smash Brothers first, and then they're put into their own games. May as well be the case with some of them, such as Pity. I'm about tired of this 70% accurate thunder hitting every time so far. You know, there's just something satisfying about taking out Magnemites and Magnetons with electric type moves. No Havoc, please! I will not bring Havoc, only the Havoc engine, even though it's spelled with a K. Foo. The Shadow Pokemon that were made here have been transported out already. Battle all you want, there's no stopping our Shadow Pokemon plan now. I don't know why I switched accents, but yeah. I got the down street key. No way it can mean downstairs key, because these are the only stairs around here, haha. I'm being fakefully coy. I'm gonna go past you and come back later. I'm gonna run my Pokemon through the PC and do the healing up thing, of course. Yeah, close that door, and then we're going to be walking in the southward direction, because here is the downstairs key thing that is needed. There isn't a thing to access it from, like the little slot thing, because it'd be weird to see from this direction. Oh, hello. You're not supposed to be in here. Or, you're not supposed to be in here. enough about technicalities. We got Nuzleaf and Carvanha. Dark types in the making here. Not quite dangerous without being fully evolved into Shiftry and Sharpedo. Not that Sharpedo itself would be too dangerous, since both Water and Dark are special in Gen 3. In comes a Pokemon that I wouldn't mind catching, Sydney the Houndour, even though it's a male. But the fourth Pokemon she sends in is yet another Dark type, a Murkrow, but it's a Shadow Pokemon, so there's like a combination of being a Shadow Pokemon that's the Dark type, and Dark also means evil type in Japanese. Murkrow is, guess what? Another Pokemon that is kind of meh right now, but gets a pretty good evolution later on. The head honcho Honchkrow. That's what happens when you try to use 2 balls in a turn. Heck of a time, you might be young, but you know what you're doing. Sometimes people, when they're young, do know what they're doing, even though they don't know what they're doing. I don't know what trying to sense I'm kind to make, especially with the way I'm rearranging. I felt like I couldn't go in there, but I instead can. I've been hired to tend to Pokemon, so that's what I've been doing this whole time. Were folks wanting a Pokemon too? Sure, why not? Is that so? It's a shame, but they're all gone. They've all been taken away somewhere, every last one. So why'd you bother with the Askamundo waiting? Usually there would be a little something to find it here, but no. We, throughout the Shadow Pokémon Lab, are looking for DNA samples, 3 of them, out of 9 possible locations, so I'm gonna have to look around. That's a place to keep in mind for later in the future, once we maybe have those DNA samples. It's off limits beyond here. Is that the case, Vanna? Give me a vowel. I guess there are 2 A's, and when her Pokemon is sent out, there's a U, I's, more A's, O's, E's. So pretty much all of the vowels, the whole shebang. And the Shadow Pokemon of this battle would be the one known as Forretress. I always have to formally address it like so. And Pupitar, you may think is Dark type based on its final evolution, but it's actually not. It is Rock Ground. Forretress is a Bug Steel type. It is a fantastic walling Pokemon. You can give it Explosion, and that would be a fun move to experiment with, especially if you were to protect with. But this is actually not my final planned Pokemon. We still have yet to see what the final Pokemon is. But we have actually battled the Pokemon I'm catching at least 1 or 2 times before. So we're just narrowing things down more and more. This Forretress, as defensive as it is going to take a while to capture. So let me be methodical about it. Took some very slow whittling down. Yeah, think you're tough. Or rather, you think you're tough? Better try me. Or something. She doesn't even have posthumous battle things, because she may as well be dead. By the way, you could go to like Mount Battle for an easy Pokemon Center style healing, but I feel that with all the map selection and traveling it takes, you'd be better benefited to go to the Botson Hill, just as long as you have fast finger coordination to put everybody back and forth. Welcome to the Shadow Pokemon Lab. We are fighting Lezar. We are in this battle against the Rhyhorn and Ariados, the Ariados being a Shadow Pokemon. This can actually pose as a very useful Pokemon to use on your team, because it comes with the move Sludge Bomb, which is a physical poison type move, because poison is all the way physical in this gen. But unfortunately, Leech Life is pretty much the only good bug type move it can get without tutoring, which is few and far between. And it's not Generation 7 where it got a huge buff from the 15 power it initially had. So that's rather unfortunate, but it's still something to consider. Just be wary that it can't take very many hits. All methodical and catastrophically strong. I feel like someone said that before in those exact setup of words. Almost like Dakin maybe, but maybe not. I do have poisoning, so that's rather unfortunate, but it looks like we have our first DNA sample here. I'm kind of worried because we have 2 more to find still. This kind of reminds me of the secret room in the Glitz Pit in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, just upon inspection with all the computers and stuff. I'm just gonna scout things out a little bit. Actually, I don't want to go too far, so allow me to be patient with myself and go heal. Alright, moving on to the side. Let's see if this is a level thing. I have a feeling it's the forward store. Yeah, my memory was awkward. I just knew that there was an item known as a forward store to pick up. I see another DNA sample to pick up as well, so that would make 2 of 3. Oh man, we have different paths to go. Sweeties, you've caused enough mischief already. But I just want to go and get that DNA sample, Tanny. Tanny Mongao. You have a Granbull and a Vigoroth. Granbull is the Shadow Pokemon of this battle, and it is fantastic. You can teach it Sludge Bomb, which is physical as I said. You can teach it a normal type move for Stab, because Fairy type it did not exist yet. And pretty much anything physical you can think of. Shadow Ball is also a good move, just to toss another idea out. Another move it can learn is Earthquake, but that's not the deal with how things are going to be going. And now that I mentioned Earthquake, there's even more and more narrowing down of what my final team member is going to be. And with Granbull caught, she replaces it with the oh so much better Linoon, haha. The speed up may have been taking place, but Brick is already proving to be quite good. Your mischief is going overboard. My mode of mischief is going overboard as well, because that's just how I operate with things, with my modus operandi. We found the DNA sample. Let's investigate what's on the DNA sample. Once we find the way to investigate what is upon the DNA samples. Going all over the place, don't remember the exact layout of this place, but it looks like this is the place where we can go, and it's a DNA analyzer. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. DNA sample. Entei, alright. It was that of Entei. I like Entei because I caught it in my first ball throw. This item can't be used now because it got like replaced by the other thing, and it's weird. And then Croconaw, okay. Croconaw / Feraligatr would be nice with the surf strategy, but as I said, Meganium was my choice for that of challenge and to have an interesting grass type. Otherwise, I may have used Jumpluff for status, if anything, like Sleep Powder for captures, but being grass flying type, it doesn't really have a great move pool and is quite weak to ice, even if that's one of the more rare types to see in this game. Hello, Mr. Scientist. Well, what are outsiders doing here? Why isn't security doing their job? I guess you'll do the security job for them. Mr. Katana with your Catastrophe Karchana. That's a Gen 7 Ultra Beast Pokemon. Pretty standard fare though. Magneton, Electrode. Rain Dance, Thunder, that's your strategy. Oh crap, there's no way I'm gonna let you go. Well, what are you gonna do about it? I have a feeling he actually is gonna do something. He's gonna hit a button. He's gonna make things red. Wahaha! Now you're stuck. There's no escaping the lab for you. Except that is not true whatsoever. We can't escape the lab. It's just gonna make this annoying sound. Hi! I heard the alarm, so I came running. I'm sure you did come running, Remil. Pretty close to a meal, like a certain other Let's Player. You may notice that this battle is going at normal speed at this point. I think things are finally coming to a close now. Yes, the Shadow Pokemon for this battle, at long last, is Vibrava. I want to use it in my team as my final team member. Yes, it is a Shadow Vibrava. It is a male, so unfortunately no female members of the team for me. I'm gonna focus on Kadabra for now. Actually, I'm gonna try Body Slam from Geronimo on Vibrava, just to see if I can do some decent damage and hopefully get off of paralysis and not get confused by Kadabra. Okay, there we go. Geronimo's moving first. You think Umbreon would be pretty swift, but it's actually kind of slow, and its attacks aren't too great, but special defense is covered in that, and regular defense as well pretty decently. And hey, first Body Slam paralysis, let's go. Alright, get some secret power done, and whoa, I thought we were gonna bring down Kadabra immediately. I almost had some doubts with Yinion, but you did pretty decently well. Oh crap. Oh crap. Time to redo everything. See you in a minute. Or rather, an hour for me. A little bit over an hour later because I was doing other things than playing the game. I have run into a battle where the Vibrava is female, so yay, I get to have my final team member being female for at least some gender equality, even though it's 1 versus 5, and if I didn't unexpectedly mess up previously, it would be an all-male team. Let's toss an Ultra Ball with a little bit of green health and paralyzed, and it seems that the first one has caught it. Oh yeah. What would have come after that Kadabra if I took it down immediately? Seems to be a Swellow, alright. Should go down pretty easily with Amber Sam, even though he is confused right now, so it's kind of an issue. But another interesting Pokemon she sends out is Kecleon. It starts out as normal type, but it can change around a bunch. So with that Giga Drain hitting, it's going to become a grass type. And something you don't see very often is catching a Shadow Pokemon in the battle and then sending it back out within that same battle. So here goes Vibrava. You still retain the stuff you were caught with, so it's going to be kind of an issue. And hey, that was kind of a good call, getting those two Pokemon out of the fray. Of course, Vibrava's going to only be starting off with Shadow Rush, but it's going to get Sand Tomb, Dragon Breath, and lovely moves along the way. Of course, Sand Tomb is nowhere near as good as Earthquake, so that's going to be the wild card move, so to speak, upon it. And by the way, Vibrava comes holding an item, the Dragon Fang, to power up the Dragon Breath move. Kind of a rough battle, especially having to do it pretty much twice. You're too strong, little boy! I'm hearing that again! And after getting out of this battle, let's just see what lies briefly beyond. I see Scrub over there, if I'm not mistaken, Lanian. I got a different setup of Pokemon for the DNA samples, but I actually only have one. That would be Mischievous, but I have no idea what the other ones are. Let's just try these two and see if it's right. I guess not. Gonna have to find the other DNA samples wherever they lie. And I think I should be safe to walk to the PC because I've done it to save before, which I probably should have done in between other battles. I was thinking of doing it, but I was already in the midst of doing so much stuff anyway. But then it came back to bite me in the butt. I like the tile pool looking background of this place. Reminds me of Florida with the pool liner we had. With Vibrava joining the team, we now have a full team of 6, but only one Pokemon that is female, and only one being dual type. It is Ground Dragon, so be careful of ice types. It's kind of intended to be a mixed sweeper, with Ground being physical, Dragon and Dark for Dragon Breath and Crunch. Those are special moves, so gotta deal with those the best we can in this generation. I've since come to find out, with some future battling and cologne massages, that Vibrava has a sassy nature, which is plus special defense minus speed. Could be better, could be worse. Just like all of our team. Until next time on Pokémon Colosseum, where we use our full team of 6 to finish the Shadow Pokémon Lab, and maybe get further equipped as we near the end of our adventure in Ore, and our fight against Team Cypher. Do not toast yourself, and remember, got a dragon all.